Camp Nou is finally open. It's over a year behind schedule, but eventually our series features a fully operational Barcelona stadium. In this update, we also take a look at several other rapidly progressing construction projects that are reshaping the global stadium landscape. In total, there are 20 stadiums on the map that we will visit. We start in the USA, then move on to the Premier League, and then to Spain, Serbia, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, or China, among others. Let's get started. StadiumDB.com presents World Stadiums Under Construction, December 2025. Miami Freedom Park, capacity 25,000, completion date 2026, Miami. Miami Freedom Park is entering an advanced phase, with intensive work underway on the roof structure above the stands. At the same time, more seating sections, terraces, and fan areas are being finished, so the venue increasingly resembles its final stadium form. The entire complex is scheduled to open in early 2026, quickly becoming the new home of Inter Miami. New Nissan Stadium, capacity 60,000, completion date 2027, Nashville. New Nissan Stadium in Nashville is rising around a distinctive elliptical collar that outlines the future central roof over the field. The concrete lower bowl is already poured, while a dense steel framework for future concourses, stairways, and upper tiers climbs up behind it. On the outer sections of the roof, crews are installing successive panels, gradually closing the ring that will later be completed with a lighter structure over the middle of the arena. New Highmark Stadium, capacity 62,000, completion date 2026, Buffalo. The new Buffalo Bills Stadium is now almost fully roofed, with a distinctive oval opening above the field and a solid exterior shell all around. Most of the facade is wrapped in vertical panels and large glass sections, with only small gaps left around one of the main entrances. Inside, the majority of the seating bowl looks complete, with installed seats and a finished natural grass surface, suggesting the project has moved into its final fit-out and systems phase. Etihad Park, capacity 25,000, completion date 2027, New York. The new stadium in Willets Point is rising right next to Citi Field, gradually filling what used to be an empty plot. The full bowl of stands is now clearly visible, along with additional sections of the seating structure taking shape. If work continues at the current pace, New York City FC are expected to hear the first whistle in their own stadium in 2027. Montreal Olympic Stadium, capacity 55,000, completion date 2027, Montreal. Montreal's Olympic Stadium is finally undergoing a long-awaited overhaul aimed at ending decades of problems with the roof and the structure of the stands. The project includes replacing the continuous technical ring that runs around the opening in the roof, with new prefabricated sections assembled on the floor and lifted into place by cranes. Once the work is completed, the upgraded structure is expected to support a new permanent roof that actually works. Ibercaja Romareda, capacity 43,110, completion date 2027, Zaragoza. The construction of the new La Romareda in Zaragoza has now seen a second tower crane completed behind the north end of the pitch. On the eastern side, the base for another crane is being prepared, with two more already on standby to join the work as the next stages of the structure get underway. Every week, more reinforced concrete footings, columns, and slabs appear, especially around the future main stand and the south curve. And day by day, the final outline of the new Romareda becomes easier to see. Nou Mestalla, capacity 70,044, completion date 2027, Valencia. Even with the latest political green light and updated plans for commercial development around Nou Mestalla, the stadium itself still looks largely unchanged from the outside. The City Council's framework limits the size of surrounding retail and office buildings and requires open public spaces between Avinguda de les Corts Valencianes and Carrer de Nicasio Benyosh, so the arena remains the main visual landmark. Work on site has officially restarted with the goal of finishing the stadium in 2027, when Valencia aimed to move in for the 2027-28 season. Spotify Camp Nou, capacity 105,053, completion date 2028, Barcelona. At the start of November, Spotify Camp Nou hosted an open training session for FC Barcelona, which symbolically brought the team back home after almost 900 days away. 2 weeks later, the first official match there against Athletic Bilbao drew a crowd of over 40,000 fans, though many supporters pointed out crooked stairways, sloppy finishing, and even comically poor LED displays on the stands. Before the game against Alaves, thousands of fans were left waiting outside the stadium due to issues with the ticketing system, while at the same time the third tier continues to grow, gradually pushing Camp Nou towards its planned full capacity. Etihad Stadium. Capacity 61,958. Completion date 2026. Manchester. The expansion of Etihad Stadium is entering a crucial phase, with powerful new wings rising behind the north stand to frame a large forecourt that will house a hotel, offices, and a fan zone. Between them, a glazed frontage is taking shape, set to connect directly into the expanded stand and a new covered space for supporters. Beneath the extended roof, steep new seating sections are being formed, with the concrete steps already in place and wrapped blue seats waiting to be installed on some of the rows. Skovens Arena. Capacity 24,000. Completion date 2027. Aarhus. The new Skovens Arena is looking increasingly complete, with a large section of the multi-tier stand already in place along one of the sides and steep, prefabricated terraces rising behind both goals. The distinctive white structural fins wrap around the ground from the forest side and the existing Red Club buildings, forming a clear frame for the future roof. Inside, the pitch area is still occupied by stacks of steel and heavy machinery, but the overall bowl is now clearly defined. We still have 10 more stops ahead, but the project we care about the most is building our YouTube community. Subscribe to Stadium DB. Nacionalni Stadion. Capacity 52,241. Completion date 2027. Belgrade. Serbia's national stadium in Srčan is today a mix of prestige and chaos. According to the Fiscal Council, the project already costs around 368 million euros, and every additional year of delay could push the budget up by another 10%. Despite accusations of building without full permits, environmental risks, and problems with paying contractors on time, the stadium's concrete shell keeps growing. More structure, stands, and facilities are appearing, and the bulk of the new national arena is increasingly dominating the surrounding area. Stadion Balgarska Armia. Capacity 16,021. Completion date 2026. Sofia. Bulgaria is not known for modern stadiums, but the new venue in the country's capital may start a promising trend. The stadium in Sofia is currently in an advanced reconstruction phase, with visible structural works on the stands and installation of the steel roof frame and facade. Construction machinery and materials are present on site, and work on the external cladding is progressing. The stand's interior is partly finished, while the pitch awaits further infrastructure works. The new stadium will occupy a smaller footprint than its predecessor, and its construction will not require interference with the surrounding park areas. Nou Gipedo Panathinaikos. Capacity 40,000. Completion date 2027. Athens. The new Panathinaikos Stadium in the Panathinaikos district is still in the deep excavation and foundation phase, with the full outline of the future bowl visible from above as a dense grid of reinforced concrete slabs and footings. In some sectors, the first rows of load-bearing columns and walls are already rising, surrounded by cranes and concrete pumps as the site slowly shifts from earthworks to the main stadium structure. Grand Stade Hassan II. Capacity 115,000. Completion date 2028. Casablanca. At the end of 2025, the stadium in Ben Slimane is somewhat overshadowed by the major investments in Rabat and Tangier for the Africa Cup of Nations planned in Morocco. However, the construction site of the Casablanca Stadium is already in an early but very intensive phase, with a dense network of tower cranes and numerous foundation blocks. The structure of the lower stands is emerging in segments, forming the outline of a vast bowl. Earthworks, reinforced concrete, and installation works are being carried out in parallel. The venue will be the largest football stadium in the world, competing to host the 2030 World Cup final. Talanta Stadium. Capacity 60,000. Completion date 2026. Nairobi. The construction of Talanta Stadium is progressing very quickly. The outer steel diagrate structure is essentially complete, giving the venue its characteristic woven appearance, while facade panels are already being installed across large sections of the exterior. Inside, the concrete seating bowl is taking full shape, with work advancing simultaneously on all tiers. The roof structure is rising with the help of multiple cranes, defining the stadium's final silhouette. Overall, the project is moving forward with impressive speed and coordination. Aramco Stadium. Capacity: 46,096. Completion date: 2026. Dammam. Aramco Stadium is among the first venues in Saudi Arabia for the 2034 World Cup that are already under construction. It may not be the largest of these stadiums, but it has a unique architecture reminiscent of a water vortex. Cranes are working intensively along the stadium's rim to connect the steel truss, while interior finishing of the stands and installation works in the service areas are being carried out in parallel. Azattyk Arena. Capacity: 51,000. Completion date: 2026. Orak. A modern stadium is also being built in Kyrgyzstan. Construction of Azattyk Arena has reached an advanced stage, with the outer shell closed and an extensive reinforced concrete stand structure in place. Work continues on the upper tiers and on filling gaps in the seating bowl. The interior is largely shaped, while earthworks and installation preparations are underway on the pitch. Kyrgyzstan wants this stadium to be part of the 2031 Asian Cup and to host the final. NS Square. Capacity: 30,000. Completion date: 2027. Singapore. This is the most unique stadium on this list. The platform will be surrounded by a stand for 30,000 spectators, opening toward the bay. For now, preliminary works are still underway, including the construction of the platform that will fit a full-size football pitch. And during the Singapore Formula One Grand Prix, allow the stands to be configured so that fans can watch a section of the race. Yellow River Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 61,000. Completion date: 2026. Jinan. Construction of the Yellow River Sports Center Stadium is entering its final phase. The roof is almost complete, and the external facades are also at an advanced stage. Inside, work is underway on installing the last roof segments and finishing the stands. Wuxi Olympic Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 60,000. Completion date: 2026. Wuxi. The final stop is a vast complex that includes a main stadium, a large indoor arena for 18,000 spectators, and an indoor swimming pool with seating for 2,000. Construction of the main facility is highly advanced. The distinctive roof with an elliptical opening is almost complete, and the external facades are largely finished. Inside, the reinforced concrete stands are already formed, while work continues on back-of-house infrastructure and landscaping around the entire complex. From the Middle Kingdom, we now head our separate ways, and we'll be getting ready for the next videos. Write in the comments whether you think City fans will be able to fill a 60,000 plus Etihad. See you there and on our social media.